really need someone to help us.
I think I'm about to cry over this.
When don't you cry?
I really can't tell you.
Honestly.
We're so
God.
screwed.
Cassidy, look. Oh my god, this is really creepy.
Wait, like who are they?
I don't know, their facial hair.
Oh my
girls.
God.
My name is Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States of America.
I'm Teddy Roosevelt.
We're going to help you. Your assignment.
Are you staff people?
No.
We're the real deal.
The only stack I have is that hat. And that hat, I lost it.
How'd you lose it?
Okay.
Oh, it's a long story. General Grant was out drinking too much whiskey.
Alrighty.
Okay.
But
Get on with that.
Let's go.
Teaching politics. Mr. Cillis is going to give
Let's
you
go
A+.
learn about politics.
Alright.
My name is Abraham Lincoln, and I'm going to teach you about the election of 1860. The election that made this time period that you have to talk about. Now, it all started in the year 1858. That was the year I was running for the Senate. Gets this little short guy. His name was Stephen Douglas. Anyway, Stephen Douglas was the guy in the Senate seat, and I was the one who wanted the Senate seat. And anyway, this guy really liked this thing called the Kansas-Nebraska Act. What the Kansas-Nebraska Act did is that it took the territories of Kansas and Nebraska, and it forced those people in those territories to vote whether or not they wanted slaves. And I didn't like that. The reason why I don't like that is because I think that the nation should stay together. A house divided does not stand.
Go.
Wait, Lincoln, did you guys end up winning?
No, unfortunately, Stephen Douglas won. But the first candidate we nominated was this guy named John Fremont. Didn't win the election, lost to Buchanan. But the second guy they nominated, do you want to know if I won or not?
No.
Obviously, because I'm president. You see my name on the $5 bill? If you have one of those. But anyway, that's me.
Congratulations.
And guess who I defeated?
Who?
Stephen Douglas. Stephen
Oh,
Douglas was
revenge!
the Northern Democratic nominee.
Alright, thank you, Lincoln. So after the Civil War, everything was fine and the troops protected the people in the South, right?
Well, that was only for a while. I'll just tell you what happened. After the Civil War, obviously the North won. Because 4th grade social studies, everybody. But anyway, after the Civil War, the Republican Party was dominant. Because the Northern troops went into the Southern states when they went back into the Union. And basically what happened is the Northern troops were supporters of the Republican Party. A lot of generals from the North actually became politicians.
Is that why they call it waving the bloody shirt?
That's exactly why we call it waving the bloody
okay.
shirt. A lot of Northern politicians were, and actually some Southern politicians who came from the North, carpetbaggers, were members of the Republican Party, and they were actually Union generals as well. And what happened is, two presidents after me, there was this guy named Grant. He was a lead Union general, and he became president under the Republican Party. Now anyway, what happened, this guy Grant served 2 terms, there was a little bit of corruption, and the Democrats really wanted to get back into office. Democrats nominated the governor of New York. His name was Samuel J. Tilden. Samuel J. Tilden was a man. He had a plan, and his plan is what you're going to find out right now. We have him right here. Hello, Mr. Sam Tilden, the governor of New York. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So, what year did you run in?
Run in 1876.
1876 against great old Rutherford B. Hayes. But what do they call him? They call him Rutherford. Because you really think you should have won the election, right, Mr. Sam?
Absolutely, 100%.
Actually, see? Now, what happened basically, there were 3, it was a very close election, okay? Came down, very little percentage. Actually, Mr. Sam here won the popular vote.
I did.
But the thing is, the Electoral College is what really matters, according to the Constitution. Anyway, what happened in the end, it came down to 3 southern states. They were Florida, obviously, because Florida always messes up elections. Peanut gallery. Also, South Carolina and Louisiana. Anyway, what happens is that there was different returns coming in. Some said Sam won, some said this guy Rutherford won. Anyway, what happened in the end is that they had to get these people together to decide. We needed a new president. We needed somebody to be president. We can't have a country without a ruler. Because like I always used to say, a house divided does not stand. Anyway, what's going to happen here is that we got these 15 people. 5 of them were senators. 5 of them were members of the House of Representatives, and the other 5 were Supreme Court justices. Now, basically what happened is 7 of them were Democrats who were going to vote for Sam Tilden over there. 7 of them were Republicans who were going to vote for my party and Rutherford B. Hayes. But one of them was this guy, an independent. His name, David Davis. Hold on 1 second.
What's he doing?
Hi, my name is David
Oh,
Davis.
Jesus. Can we stop? All right.
I get the story. Hayes won because he agreed to remove the troops from the South, right?
Yes, that's what happened.
But
Just
then
see-
what's the big deal in terms of politics?
Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. All right, you see this guy, David Davis? Okay, now anyway what happened is he kind of chickened out. He really didn't really want to be in this place anymore because he wanted to run for Senate. So since there had to be 5 Supreme Court justices, we had to put another Supreme Court justices on this panel of 15. And this guy was a Republican who voted for Hayes. So Rutherford B. Hayes became the 19th president of the United States of America. But what happened is that they kind of made this backroom deal. And what this backroom deal is that the Democrats were like, well, wait a second, another Republican is becoming president. But my party was like, okay, what's happening? We're going to take the northern troops. We're going to take them out of the South. So the South will become Democrat. And what happened from then on? The South was Democratic for the next 100 and so years. And that's what they call the Solid South.
In 1892, there was a new party that was formed. This was called the Populist Party. They nominated a new candidate called James Weaver. He got over 1 million popular votes in the presidential election of 1892. In 1896, they nominated a new candidate with the Democratic Party called
William Jennings Bryan. Hey everybody, that is me. I'm the man of the people. Okay, I'm going to teach you a little bit more about politics, so why don't I just come on down here? Okay, so basically in 1896, there was this young guy, young congressman. This is me, 36 years old. I don't look one day younger than 20. But anyway, what happened is that this populist party nominated me, but also the Democratic Party nominated me too. So basically what happened is I was running on a new platform. Now the Populist Party were strong advocates of getting rid of the gold standard. They wanted something called bimetallism. They wanted to use both gold and silver. And I famously said these words: "Don't crucify me on a cross of gold." And I stuck by those words to the end. I lost that election that day to this guy, William McKinley. And I ran again in 1900, and I lost to William McKinley again. Now, the Populist Party basically went away after the election of 1896, which I lost. But the Democratic Party kind of absorbed some of its principles, and I was a big instrumental person in that.
What do you find the most interesting election was?
I find the most interesting election to be the election of 1912.
Why?
Because during this time, I ran on the primaries against Taft, my hand-picked successor in this, and as a result, I did not win the bid for the primaries. The party bosses decided to pick Taft because he was more established and his ideas were less progressive as mine. As a result, I left and I formed the Progressive Party, commonly named the Bull Moose Party.
And basically what happened after that is that the Democratic Party nominated me. My name is Woodrow Wilson. I was the governor of
Camera
New
can't
Jersey.
see you. You need to
The
stand.
camera can see me right here, okay. Look at me, I'm Woodrow Wilson. Look at my face, I'm Woody, okay. I was a president of Princeton University. I'm an academic. I know academical stuff. And anyway, what happened is that it was a fierce primary in the Democratic Party between me and this guy named Champ Clark from Missouri, the Speaker of the House. Anyway, what happens is that we had this tough primary together because basically since the Republican Party was split between Mr. Teddy and Taft, the incumbent presidents, basically whoever won the Democratic Party would be the president that would win the election. So I won the Democratic primary, and since Taft and Roosevelt split the votes, I won the general election in a landslide.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
That's basically all the politics.